Hi. Hello.
Hi, Blaise. Sonia will be here in just a minute, just a moment, please.
Okay, cool. I'm just trying to.
Sure. How are you doing? You doing fine?
Yeah, I'm doing quite well. Just like the morning was pretty intense, to be honest. But yeah, but right now it's much better.
We are really excited to have you here, Blaise.
Sorry.
We are really excited to have you here. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm super happy to join you. Yeah, I really look forward to take a just to use more of the festival because
Right?
right now I didn't have a chance, but yeah, but I want to catch up on some movies like in the second part of the week.
Correct.
So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Great.
do you hear me well?
I can hear you well. Yeah.
Okay, the connection is all right. I'm just yeah. Oh, here she is, our superstar.
Ooh,
Yeah,
hi.
hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. I managed to find a place where no one can disturb us. It's more of a cell. It's like it's very small. Like it's in a co-working center, but yeah, it's like
But it's a nice
yeah,
corner.
it's like just 1 meter, 1 meter. So I just had to turn on the fan. So otherwise it would be like in sauna, but yeah, but it's
Somebody
nice.
should take a picture of yours, like a white shirt, doing your festival interview in a tub
Yeah.
like that.
I usually wear. I love white shirts. It's like this is like something I really like. It's like
I
it's
know.
it's really funny. I get like yeah, just
I mean, the kind of square that you're sitting in. After the talk, get somebody before you get up. Get somebody to take a picture of you.
all
I
right.
need that.
I need that.
Yes,
That's
I
cool.
need that. Oh, ho, ho. Oh, sorry, you and Anish were chatting. So Anish doesn't like to show his face ever. Never.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
so the man without the face.
The man with that's a nice name for you, Anish. The man without the face.
Yeah,
That's an intense name again.
yeah, but it's
Yeah.
like it's.
Huh?
What does it mean, malar? What does it mean? Like where does the name come from?
It has two connections. One, it means
Hmm?
torrential rain. So,
Sorry.
when rain, like a
Okay.
really heavy rain. It's a
Hmm?
Hindi word for
Okay.
torrential rain. So the idea is that when it rains really a lot, then
Hmm.
then everybody experiences different emotions,
That's true.
right?
Yeah.
Somebody feels romantic, somebody feels sad, somebody feels like a child, right? While it's the same phenomena that's happening, but it
Yeah.
brings out very different emotions.
This is like all this is what happens with water, like also like the ocean, like I don't know, sometimes I feel like just yesterday I went to swim and the ocean when like the waves were really strong
Hmm.
and I just felt like they were bringing like everything. So after like just swimming few like yeah few minutes I just felt just everything like was brought up, just like many emotions. So it's like
Yeah,
yeah, I
no,
totally
water
agree.
has
Yeah,
that. You're absolutely right.
yeah,
Water has
water
that.
is great.
Just sitting and watching a sea, just sitting and watching
Yeah,
a river does so much.
that's true.
You
Yeah.
don't need anything else to process your emotions.
And this is also crazy because this is like the same like this water, and it can all calm you. It can make you very calm and peaceful. But on the other hand, it can bring just stir up just all of the emotions, and just be very strong and heavy. And this is like incredible because like it's still the same thing,
Yeah,
and it can just work in a
yes,
very different ways. Yeah,
very different way.
I
Yeah, so
love
I mean,
water.
that's why we chose to call it Malhar, because
Yeah.
as a I think in a larger scope, that's what a film also does. You know, like
Okay.
like it's a shot. It's just a shot of a man shaking hand with another man, maybe.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it could mean so much difference for different people. Somebody might just feel that okay, they're about to get into a war right away. Somebody might say that okay, this is going to be
Yeah.
a friendship to remember. But that's what films also do.
That's
So
true.
that,
Yeah.
and then in Indian classical music, there is also a raga, a rhythm, which is called
Mhm.
Malhar,
Hmm.
which also has a tendency to take out the extreme emotions. It's
Wow.
it is it's a raga which is played at a very specific time of the day, and
Mhm.
it intends to pull out the deepest emotions. So
Oh,
that's why we
cool.
thought that.
I like it. It's a very nice name. Malak.
Hmm, yeah. So let's just have people join in. We've been having back to back conversations, like almost three conversations a day. So,
All right.
yeah, so people have been
Pretty
joining.
exhausting.
It's fun. I like
It's
it.
fun. Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. You seem to. You look very happy.
I'm happy. I get to talk to people, interact,
Yeah,
learn so much. I'm happy. And this is so beautiful with Malhar, like I couldn't have done this physically. If I was to create this
yeah,
festival in Delhi, there is no way you would come, from
yeah,
Guatemala
yeah,
to, for like to just give a talk. It's not going to happen. But like this,
yeah.
we are
That's
able to
true.
talk, connect. That's it's nicer. Small
That's
stuff,
cool.
but good stuff. Yeah, here comes our rock stars.
Yeah, it's like this is like this Latin proverb which says like "sine parvis magna," which means like the beginnings are always just don't very small, and everything needs like time to grow. When something starts like in a very magnificent way, usually it's going for just for a disaster. So you just the smaller steps you take, it's better because then
Yeah.
you learn on. Yeah,
There's no other way to doing anything other than taking the smaller steps, because if you're taking the big step, then you probably know more than what the beginning is. If you're taking a really big step, if I just knew where this festival could go, you know then I don't really need to be a small festival. Then you just go all
yeah,
out and say, okay, this is what I know I can achieve. But I don't think so anything new can be done at a very big scale, because you're figuring it out, like you are figuring out so
sure.
many things right now. All right, so we will begin. We're already late, so let's oh yeah, so we are already late, so other people can keep joining in, and we will begin. So, Blaise, welcome, welcome, formal welcome to Malhar
Hello,
Film Festival.
hello everybody. Nice to
So,
see you.
yeah, you will get to hear and talk all of them, and everybody is going to share from their context. I don't think so, Blaise. I can do a really good justice to your introduction, because you've been doing so many things, changing different positions for yourself, and considering what I know about your current choice,
Mm,
I think it's something that everybody needs to listen to it from you to get as inspired as I am. But to do like a basic justice, so everybody, Blaze is right now in Guatemala.
Mexico, do
Belongs.
you?
Oh, sorry, Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, Mexico. And sorry, he's
It's
originally from.
close.
Sorry.
It's close.
Yeah, it's close, nearby. But from Poland. He's a filmmaker, and he's been behind some of the best film festivals. Um, and this conversation, the reason that he's here is to share his collective experience, because a person who is thinking about stories, who is thinking about getting a story out to a larger audience, which is like everybody on in this room, you know, but then being on the other side and being a part of the team which makes their dreams go larger, so you're actually responsible for the other people's dreams to go to a larger world. That's a very different space, right? So we are going to listen to not about what he does or what he did at the film festival, but really let's look at the changing landscape of storytelling. The storytelling landscape is really really changing post the pandemic, for sure. The formats are changing, the way we look at stories is changing, and I would want to hear and prick Blazer's mind into what he's learning right now, having just finished his film, and he's himself showing his film at the film festivals. Different, so the things have really changed. Instead of him being at the decision making corner, he has his own film at the festival, and which is being viewed by people, and he's learning so much about it. So So get your questions ready. Whatever you need to ask him, just keep bringing it on as you always do. Blaise, thank you very much. Malhar becomes extra special because you're around. It means a lot to me.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
So, we would love to know what you're currently doing right now.
Well, like currently, I'm working on bringing my movie to the audience, and there are some screenings that I'm organizing in Poland, and these are the first screenings of my movie. And I'm also trying to show it in here in Guatemala and Mexico and in Central America, because this is like at some point I noticed that this is the place where actually people are more interested in watching the movies, and they're like more open to see something different and to meet with. I think like Europe is very, there are so many festivals. People just just they have like enough of movies, and in here it's like when somebody comes and wants to talk about the movie, and it's not like the typical, just blockbuster. It's something different, more artistic, more unique. Like they are really interesting to participate. So I'm just focusing on trying to um, trying to get my movie to the people. And also this is like the whole thing, like which is the most important for me. It's like I'm not sure, guys, like how much experience do you have, but for me, like I think like making my movie and right now giving it to people, it's also like the very important process of self-development and facing a lot of emotions, and it brings a lot of hidden just emotions and things I wasn't aware of. It brings a lot of just conditioning and just schemes in which I was functioning for a very long time. And it's a great time to, so I just think it's like all the time I'm just trying to yeah to discover something more about myself. So this is where I am at right now.
So, how many of us relate to that?
Sorry.
Now, I was just asking our audience, how many of us relate to that? How? Surama, how?
Yeah, I mean, with each film, I guess we all, being filmmakers, it's our job to kind of observe on whatever we do. So with each project, we observe the goods and the bads. So we kind of note it down and try to make it better the next time, and try to figure out what went wrong on the previous project. So yeah, we all kind of do that.
The good
So
and bad of the film or of you as a person?
yeah, I guess both, a bit of both. uh like definitely somewhere, it was me who did not uh do things correctly, and it was also perhaps the film where I perhaps made little mistakes in the script or the sound design, or various other things that I needed to learn. So I learned them, and then I again move on to doing next projects, and that's how we grow.
What do you think of that, Blaze?
Mm, yeah, I totally agree. It's definitely this is definitely about growing, but I also like, but I'm sort of surprised with the things I learned during my process, because uh, my process was slightly different than most of the filmmakers I know, and like the thing which I learned like from my process was also like to accept the imperfections, and just to try to it's more about just trying to share your voice, your unique vision, and sharing the truth rather than focusing on, because this was what I was like super focused for most of my life, just making things which were super perfect, just when I was imagining like many years ago my movie, it was like flawless. It was supposed to just it was just I wanted it to be the best, to be the masterpiece. And then I learned it's impossible to do it. It's like just this is like, I think this is the best thing that art can bring, is like just the imperfections, just the things when the truth is coming, when it's like whenever I was pushing just to make something nice, to make the better to make the better frames or to write the better dialogues. Sometimes I felt like it's not working. It's like, there was something, just something was like off. And then when I was watching the material after the shooting, I just discovered that many, like the truth, like was in many images, like in many scenes that I didn't pay attention before. And I was really surprised with that. And I just, even like during editing, we decided, just to take some of the takes which were not perfect, with some, just some little mistakes, and just to make it true. And what I'm really surprised is that this is only the industry who sees the flows. It's like it's only us. It's only us. Like when you give it to the audience, they are just more connected to the story, to the emotion, to the energy of the movie, rather than to the technical aspects. And I was really surprised because just an example, like in Polish movies, like there's like a big problem with sound, and usually people say like the sound is very bad in Polish movies, and this is connected with the way we speak. Like just our language is a bit difficult. It's difficult to record it because it interferes with many sounds. And at some point, I just said I want to have like the sound the most natural possible. So, and I took this movie, just with this just without many super effects and stuff, and I took it to the industry, to some guys, and they said, no, it can't be like this. You need to put a lot of more atmospheres. You need to put this. You need to put this. You need to put this and that. And when they showed it to me, I just felt like I'm watching, just it was terrible. It was really terrible. Just very good. Some engineers were trying to, just they were putting so many things. Then suddenly it lost the naturality, and it's like, and I think right now when I show my movie with the very natural sound, people say that the sound is surprisingly good as for Polish movie, and I think it's because just sometimes we just try to overdo something. We just we're so focused to make it better, to beautify it, to make it like, and we lose somehow just the naturality. And I still think like people just. Of course, everybody's aware that the movie is a story and it's created, but people somehow they need something natural, something which is true to connect to it. Just it's so yeah. So that was and that was one of my lessons. Just yeah. But I think like there are so many stories I can tell you, but yeah. But basically, yeah. I think it's. Sometimes it's for me, from my perspective, this is what I want to do. This is my thing. I would like to, like with the next movie or the other one, I would like to go for the truth and for energy rather than for just making flawless things. Yeah.
What does that say to you, Suromo?
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. Like what I guess like what you are trying to say is like the heart should be in the right place with every movie, and it should be like genuine and honest. So I guess yeah. We all we definitely try to grow, but there's that point as well that we need to find our own voice. We need to have our own voice in our films, and we definitely need to be absolutely genuine with how and what we say through our films. So yeah, that's definitely a
And I think
brilliant
also
point.
what Blaise beautifully said was to be okay with our imperfections.
Yeah, exactly,
I think that's what
exactly.
stayed with me. That it's a conversation when you said that you try and improve everything,
Right.
and then you say so. What he's saying is that improve to the level of what? What is
Right.
the reference?
Mm.
What can be called as good and perfect? Who decides?
Mhm.
Who decides what's good and what's
Yeah.
perfect? Right?
Yeah, I
So
can
we have
share with you like I'm sorry, yeah, just a
no,
sort of
no.
personal story, but it's like just it's. I think like we started to function in the world like just when the critics like they are not critics anymore. It's like when you go to the Rotten Tomatoes and you just Filmweb is the most popular the website with movies in Poland, and what do you see there? It's like it's the average, like the medium of the notes. So when you see like the movie and it has like 60% or 6 out of 10, it means that, what does it mean? It's like, okay, I won't pay my, like most people think I won't watch it because it's like, it's mediocre, it's not interesting. But in this score, there are 10s and there are 1s. And some movie, which is like, just you may not watch it because you think it's like, it's not for you because you base on, just this like this medium and medium score. But in the end, it's like, and you may miss some, just most important movie you can watch because for you, it might be really great. And it was like, also for me, it's like, I think we started to live in a times when like it's like the consensus time. So you need to just to make everything easier. When you go to the movie, you don't say what it's like, what kind of emotions it evoked in you, what did you feel, what was it like. You just say, okay, it was like, I also did it like for a very long time. And I was like living this screening room and I was saying to my friends, oh, it's like 6 out of 10, or it was 5 out of 10, just giving the like scores, just to, and trying to close the whole story and everything like in one score. And this is ridiculous, to be honest. And when you start working, just and doing your things, you just see, like, I started to appreciate much more, just the work of others, because I see, like, even if the movie is not good, it's like, apart from, just all of those like business production, like, just when you see that everything is calculated. But when there is something really artistic, like, I may not relate with everything in the movie, but there's usually something which is interesting. And this is like the thing which I learned to pay attention, just because it's so easy to say, okay, this is, just this is 5 and I don't want to, and this is not good. But yeah, and it's like, and this was very difficult for me because I was I was brought up in a family, like in a very, just business oriented, like perfectionist family. My mother was striving for perfection. And since, just being a kid, I was always supposed to be the best in everything. So, just so in my mind, when I was a kid, like I had this, the dream, okay, I need to make a movie, but it needs to be really a masterpiece. Because like, and of course it wasn't for me because I wanted to tell the stories. Just the outcome was for my mother because she needed me to be, just perfect, just, and she needed me to achieve something. And this is also like this process, just learning to see where are you. And I got like many difficult, just conversation with people from the industry, from also friends who are not able to tell me the truth, how did do, if they like the movie or not. People just trying to just finishing the contract, just not coming, like they couldn't like face the, just the real honest discussion. And it's all brought me to the point that my own motivation to make the movies is to tell the story, to share what I feel, how I feel the world. And everything like, just all of those like, I don't know, just grades, film festivals, everything is like this is for other people, just like and at some point, and like, for mothers, for fathers, for, just for your society, for friends from school who you want to prove that, just, okay, I can do it, just I was able to, just to fulfill my dream. And this was like very, very important for me, just, just to see what is mine and what is my real goal to make movies versus what is, just what are the things which came with the bring up, just bringing up and growing up, just, and this is like a huge difference for me.
So, Blaise, when I think as every storyteller, one is trying to tell a story in their own honesty. Every filmmaker is trying to tell a unique story. But like you said, we are living in a time of consensus, right? And of course, nobody can make a film which you're trying to just put it in your living room. You need to get the word out. You need to send it out.
Yeah.
Now, looking at it from the 30,000 feet view, right? Let's say from being that person who has been responsible to get these dreams to a larger world, right? Uh, if the film doesn't get shortlisted in the film festivals, it doesn't find a producer to go bigger, what would you tell that filmmaker to do?
Um, I don't know. It's like to be honest, it's like like as we said, like we live in this time of consensus, and I just yesterday, like not yesterday, like a month ago, I was still in Guatemala, and I was like, I had a huge fever. So it was like the time when I subscribed to Netflix for the first time. I was watching sometimes some productions of Netflix, but this was the first time when I started to watch it, and I was like, and I really wanted to watch some light movies, and suddenly, like after watching like the third movie, I just realized that like every of those movies is quite similar. They are built on the same premise. Even like some like they're just everything happens. It's like the one thing. You change the like the color of the skin of the person, city, something, but it's still the same movie. Like there are like many productions which are super similar because they worked. And what I think is like what we need is like the unique voices of people, just to hear. And even if it's like, and this is what I'm also trying to learn, it's not about the mass, because it's about when you can take your movie and change something in 1 to 5 lives and bring your story which will resonate with somebody. This is worth it. And it's super nice when after the screenings of my movie, I'm just getting like messages from people saying that they really resonated with the energy, they were following. And this is very nice, but this is also like some person, this is not like everybody, just not everybody can relate to it. And this is like this is something we need to accept. And like when starting my process, as I told you, I really wanted to make a big movie first, and I was like, I was developing many like ideas, working with some producers and stuff, and it took years, and then at one point I just said, wow, really, do I really want to do it? Like, what's my story? I had so many stories to tell, and I just couldn't do it because I just felt, I'm blocked by the, just by some outside situations, just which were I wasn't like able to change. And I was like, and I remember there was like one day when I went to the theater, and there was like Rene Polish, like a German director, theater piece, and they were like, and it's about young people, and they just keep saying at some point, you have the iPhones, but you don't make movies. You have the iPhones and you don't make movies. Like, and they were like, they were repeating this, and I was like, damn. It's like, this is true. Like, just it's so easy right now. And then I get back, and I just took the newspaper, and it was like Wim Wenders, like one interview with Wim Wenders, and he was also saying that he's sort of jealous because right now making movies is so easy. You can just spend like $10,000 like and make like movie which might be interesting, and I just felt this is true. And the next day I just created a plan, and the process that took me like so many years to create, just to think where to go, what to do, whom to meet, what is important. Suddenly I was able to do it in a few months because I just felt like, okay, I'm just going. And I just jumped, and everything started, just to revolve. And and at this time I was really focused about telling this. I just felt like the energy, like this. I just felt like what I want to say, and I just felt like everything was changing during the process. Just the topics, the people, like everything was very alive, and I just felt like I will stick to it. Like I'm not gonna just try to do everything as it's supposed to be, as they teach you in the film school, but I will listen to the story, how it's going on, just to whatever comes to me. And yeah, and it was crazy process. It was sometimes very, very difficult, but it showed me, just in the end, you don't need all of those super producers. You don't need the industry, because I also decided not to take the money from our film funds in Poland, because I just don't agree with the politics, and I just decided I don't want to feel like just it's super hypocritical to take the money from the government that I don't support. And still, and I just think you can do it. You can, when you just like, if there is like one person who wants to watch a movie, you will make it. Like I'm pretty sure like the universe, like whatever you call it, will help you to make it, because there is someone who needs to hear your story, and if you believe in that you have something unique, something worthy, you will make it. And it's like, and this is like something which also happens to many of my friends, like also young filmmakers, that at some point when you face so many I don't know, like jealousy, because it happens like when you face criticism, you a little bit you don't love your movie anymore, and this is like the most important thing, to love your movie and to love your thing you do all the time. It doesn't matter. People don't like it, and if they say it's shit, this is their thing, you know, just maybe it's shit for them, but you always have to love your movie. It's like, it doesn't mean, you know, just being, you know, just super egocentric and just you can see it flows. You can see, you know, just you could have done something better, but it's still about, you know, just some unconditional love. Because if you stop loving your movie and you don't feel the passion for it, like people also won't have it. You know, this is what I feel.
Can I bring in the trailer of your upcoming film here?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, great. Anish, can you help me bring the trailer up, please? Audio.
So, my friend. Wszyscy pójdziemy przez ojca siedzieć. To jest mój brat Konrad? No chodźcie przy mnie. Jest mój bajzelek, Konrad. No i nasz kądziu. No. Tak mi się trochę zwaliliśmy jak mała, nie? To śpisz? No przecież to dla jego dobra. Jeżeli dwa obiekty, co to jest za praca dziwna jakaś taka? Witam was na moim kanale Marta i Egolity. Zauważyłeś w ogóle, że coś tu dziwnego dzieje z matką? Fajnie. Czemu ty masz zdjęcie terapeuty na telefonie? To fajnie. Mi się czasem wydaje, że ona zaczęła tak naprawdę żyć dopiero jak tata umarł. Kądziu? Powinieneś pójść na terapię. Chować ojca, pochować ojca. Zabieraj mi stąd tego trupa. Jest spakowany. Spokojnie, no naprawdę się uda. To jest zabronione. Zawsze spóźnienie. Zupełnie jak ojciec.
What to do when your parents have sex?
Ja wszystko wiem. A jaki był ten facet, w którym ty byłeś zakochana? Fajny, nie?
That's it from Dr. Real Love.
So, what do we think the film is about? Let's make a guess. What does it look like?
I think it talks about like I heard somewhere like parents having sex and the children are kind of in a haywire, I guess, and they are confused about their parents' relationships, and I guess there's a tussle in the family going on.
Okay, got it. Anirudh, any guesses? कोई guess नहीं है? कुछ तो क्या लगा आपको फिल्म देख के?
मेरे को एक फैमिली ड्रामा लग रही है, मॉक्यूमेंट्री काइंड ऑफ, बोराट काइंड ऑफ एक फील है, अच्छा फील है और उससे ज्यादा कुछ केस मैं पहली बार में नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ.
Okay. So Blaise, he thinks it's a family drama, like a mockumentary. But he's not able to get to the details of that.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
like it was on purpose.
Anybody,
But yeah,
anybody
it's a
else?
family
Anybody
drama.
before Blaise actually says what it is? Any guesses? One more person. Come on, unmute. It was such a beautiful trailer. Kritika, Akash, Upasna. Yeah, Upasna.
There's a lot of drama in it, so it's real difficult to say what is it about, but there's a lot of drama I feel in it.
And do you like the drama? You don't like the drama?
Oh, I love drama.
You love drama, we get it, but do you love the drama on this trailer?
Oh, it's like I want to watch the full thing now, after watching the trailer.
Blaise loves you already. All right. Sarah, Sarah, how was the trailer for you? Hi, Sarah. Welcome to Malar.
Hi.
Hi. Good to see
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I think it's about a problem for in relationship. I think, I don't know, some problem, maybe sex, maybe anything about around the relationship. I think, I don't know. But I like that. It's a good trailer, I think. I don't know, maybe.
You feel like watching the film?
Yes.
So
It's
Ramo,
very good.
yeah. So Ramo, do you also like to watch the film? From whatever you get, do you want to go ahead with it?
Yes.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Yes.
Would love to.
Yippee! How's that for you, Blaise?
Also it's in black and white, so that's a bonus for me. Like I always love monochrome films.
Yeah, they have way more depth than a color
Yeah.
can actually take
Any
in a
day.
lot of times.
Any
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. So, Mr. Blaise, how do you feel about that?
Should I guess what is the movie about?
Now, come on, break it. You have to break the beans. What's the film about?
Well, it's like the thing like which came to me, like I will also like share with you from my perspective. It's like at some point it was for me a movie about something, but but it changed. And right now I just with the process, I'm just just I grew up a lot, and I'm not sure if I would be able to make this movie one more time right now. And the best thing is like the best thing for me is like, so if I say what it's about right now for me, it will be like from the perspective of the viewer, because right, I'm not the just I'm in totally different place and totally different energy than I was like 2 years ago when I was shooting it. And the thing which came to me very clearly, like during the test screening, was that this movie like resonates with different people and with others doesn't, and they don't like it. Some people like it, some don't. But usually people just find different. I was like surprised because after the screening, like let's say 10 people told me different impressions. Like they said like, and I said like, this is incredible that they were able, just to see something different. And some people felt connected with the main male character, some with his mother, some with the daughter. And this was amazing. And I just, at some point, I just felt like, just, okay, so everybody interprets it in a different way. It's like, and they feel something different from themselves. So why should I tell them what it's about? Because it's like, just, this is also just my perspective. So, and this was difficult for me because of course you want to go, you want to say a lot, but in the end, I think this is also my feeling that when you create something, when you create a movie, your work ends when you're with the last shot, with just closing the the whole post-production process. This is over. This is not your movie anymore. This is not my movie anymore. I think this is like the viewer's movie, and I just and I'm really happy when people just just respond and react to it in a very different way. So it's like so. And I always had this impression that when I say something, what I was feeling, I'm just trying to put somebody into my just way of thinking. And why to do that? It's like, and yeah, and I just don't want to just to explain too much and to say too much, but this movie like also grows in me. Like it's really funny because like during the shooting, there was definitely one thread which was the most important for me, and I was focusing on. And suddenly, like some time ago, I just started to think about death, because like Mexico is bringing a lot of topics connected with death, and and this is like totally different perspective of death, just to the European one, just the Mexicans like think about death in a very different way. And suddenly, this like I just realized I was rewatching the movie, and there's also like one thread connected with death of the family member, and I just felt like, fuck, I created this movie for me, like from this time to understand this moment, because like exactly there's the thing which is in there, like the situation is like, it helped me a lot to understand many things which were coming, and I wasn't aware of that during the process. It just happened, you know. I was just feeling the flow, and right now, like almost 1.5 years, I also discovered something different in this movie for me. But I'm really looking at it from the perspective of the viewer. So yeah. So this is which was super interesting for me from the perspective of filmmaking. So yeah.
Did you always take feedbacks like this? Were you always like this, Blaise?
Like what?
Like the way you are able to perceive feedback in a very neutral manner right now?
No. It's like it's not a neutral manner. It's like it's to be honest. It's like when there's one person who comes to me and say, "Oh, this is terrible," and it depends on the day. Sometimes, you know, just on the energy. Sometimes I can take it easy, and there are some days when I just like it can, you know, just ruin my whole day, and you know, and so it's not. So this is also like, because I think like we as a human beings, we are not super consistent. We are not always in a super good energy. We are not always ready to work. We are not always, you know, just there are good days and bad days, and I think it's. Yeah, it's like it's important to see the balance and not to get used to any of the side, because when you just think too good about it and you just focus on the positive feedback, it's not good. And when you focus on the negative, it's also not good. But it's about the balance, and I cannot say it's easy for me, and I wasn't like this always, and it's not like, and I'm not every day like this. But it's okay, and I think it won't change. I still want to make my movies. And I just, I just feel like it's just the beginning of the confrontation with people, because like the things which are coming to me, the topics I want to share are definitely not the ones which will be like very easy peasy for everybody. So yeah.
No, I love this. I love this about you, Blaise, when you're so much in touch with your subject and so much in touch with the story personally. It's been done and dusted with. That's not at all where you are. Like you're saying, what your experience was 1.5 years back, but today when you show it to somebody and somebody has a different perception of the death sequence in that, and it's opening up something for you which was not even intentional while you were making it or while you were aware about it. Being in that kind of a harmony and in touch with your subject and your film is also very unique. A lot of times we miss that personalization with it, because then the success of the film or the consensus from the film takes over and it starts to overpower our thoughts. So I really do want to bring it up for all of us that it's possible. And I guess this is why we are all storytellers, because this space is what any of us would enjoy and would really want to be in, and it's possible. But it's a journey. It will happen to each person when it does. You can't really fabricate it. Yeah. So Blaise, being in the position at the film festivals that you were, um, what? I saw that reaction. Okay. So being in that place, or just that power that you held at that time, what what do you think is the way a festival looks at a film?
Hmm. It's difficult, but it's like it's also quite important that I had this experience, because I think like people like also like working with festivals, they all try to do the great job, and everybody's really focused on, this is what happened with me. I was giving all of my time, all of my energy to the festivals, and one of the goals was, you know, just we need to sell the tickets and we need to get in the people. So we are just, and I had this perception that it came to me later that just at some point I just felt that something is off, something was not working, like with the thing I was doing. And I just couldn't like describe it. I just felt I just need to change the direction. And when I really changed the perspective, right now I just feel like, just when I was applying for also different festivals, and I was like getting like, just like, I mean, Film Freeway, for example. No, Film Freeway was not the case, but you were just getting, just refusals or something, and you just go to this Vimeo website, and you see that they didn't even watch your movie, and you pay the entrance fee, and it didn't happen once or twice. It happened at least a few times. It never happened with our festival. I think like the programmers with New Horizons like always put attention very much, but this shows something, just it's becoming a business. And when you just suddenly look at the film, like, because I was like applying for like also like for the big festivals, like, and when you look at the lineup for the competition, for the official competition, like most of the festivals show the same movies. They screen mostly the same movies, and it's like, so basically it's like you need Sundance, Venice, Berlin, and Cannes, just to make all of the small festivals work. And it's not about because like putting the movies which might be more unique might be risky, because you may lose some, just some of the audience, because people want to see the big movies, the big titles, the big names. And to be honest, I watched like a lot of movies. Always, I watch a lot of movies, but I really got disappointed with the big names. Like when some of the movies in the Cannes competitions, from my perspective, are only there because of the names. Like, just when you see some of the directors repeat themselves all over again, it's like there's nothing new, and they just get screened because it's like, and they seem to be like the artists, like them, like, but it's mainstream. It's becoming mainstream. They're just repeating themselves. And I have this. So this was the thing that was bothering me, because I just felt like if you want to see the movie before the premiere, or you want to go to the premiere, you can buy the ticket and to go, because those movies will get to the theaters anyways. And I felt like the real job of the festivals, it's showcasing, just some unique voices, just something which is appealing, something which might be, just not yet developed, just some young authors, just looking for something, just trying to see some sparkles. And I just feel it wasn't, it wasn't, it's changed, and it's not working this way anymore. So so this was my perspective. And right now I just also feel, and this is like my very, very, very maybe karma, how should I call it? Like sometimes I also was not super respectful for all of the authors when I was like getting some movies to be seen or to pass it to somebody. I just sometimes, to be honest, I didn't have time to watch it. And it's like, it's true that you have like sometimes 1,000 emails, but I think it's like the person on the other side deserves the reply, just sorry, I'm so busy, I can't watch your movie. Oh, sorry, we are stuck. Oh, sorry. I just think it's like, because like the thing which I encountered is like, and this was like, was the silence very often, just people ignore you. And I felt like there were also some cases like in my life when I was ignoring the other authors as well. So yeah, so right now I know how it feels, and I know like how important it is to give, just the other people feedback. Because like I think like a person who's an artist, author, like making movies, everybody's open and ready to get the feedback when it's constructive, when people just respect you, when they put attention and they help you develop, just as you said, just help you grow with being a filmmaker. But when they ignore you, it's just it's not cool. So this was one of the
it's not cool, but as like when you were in that position, you were doing what you could do. And so it's also for us to understand that it's not always intentional.
Of course, but still, just there are some festivals, they have like, you can have like it's even when it's like even an email which you're sent to everybody, your movie was rejected. But thank you, and you can do it in a very nice way, but some people just ignore you, and yeah, this mostly happens like to me. It mostly happens with people I know. It's like just some other like the festival, just director people I've met, and yeah. So yeah, this was interesting, and I really feel it's like which is not bad, but it's like everything changing more and more into business. Just so it's yeah. So
Any experiences, anybody, with the festival circuit? Because I know the kind of independent filmmakers that all of you are. You look at the film festivals as the next step to get to the distribution. Um, any good bad experiences that you want to share?
Well, for me, I guess when I first made my first film, and I was wanting to submit to a lot of film festivals, as many as possible, to get the film its reach. Um, but I couldn't do that, mainly because I was not having enough capital. I mean, most of the film festivals, especially the big ones, they charge a huge amount of money, which I guess if I had that amount of money, I would have put it in my film and made, even like I would have made it in a bigger scale. But so, for example, like each film festival, they charge about 3.5k, 4k, 5k. So like, and these are huge numbers, and we cannot really uh, you know uh, we cannot really submit to those festivals, and we miss on those. And another thing which I have to say, I guess, especially in India, I feel like, or even in the whole world, I feel like, in today's time, the production value of the film is being, marked very importantly, as it's being very important nowadays. Like, uh, for example, if I make a film using a handycam, or even a small phone camera, not iPhone camera. iPhone camera is like really a good camera, but like a small phone camera. Uh, even but even if the story is like quite interesting and unique, uh, people tell me that it's okay, but it's for YouTube. It's not for you to submit in film festivals, because they would prefer films that would be screened. And if your production value is not so good, so it cannot really be screened, and the festivals won't uh, take your reject would basically reject your film. So yeah, these are the two things that I feel.
Totally. No, we hear you. So
yeah.
one is of course the financial part of it, and second is the formats for which you need better equipment, larger equipment.
Yeah.
But this is also like it's something very interesting what you are saying, and it's and I think it's like just bringing like using telephones, just using like very simple equipment to make movies, and it's true that sometimes your movie might be much better than the one made with great production, just and it's true. I saw really impressive, just movies made with phone cameras, but there's some kind of establishment which is really afraid of that. And this is like, just connected with the big film festivals and everything,
Yes.
because like it's so cool to be a filmmaker. It's so good to walk on the red carpet, and it's so nice to be just to, and everything is, people are afraid to lose it because, there are so many people who can tell their stories better than they do. It's like, just there are so many European filmmakers going to Africa, but right now, just I saw really like 2 or 3 movies made by Africans, and they are so much better in telling their own stories than those guys from Europe. And this is like there is like this fear that suddenly just this won't be elitist anymore. Just we won't be a elite of filmmakers. Just walking in Tom Ford suits on red carpets. It's like, and this is like I feel it's based on fear because it's really changing, and it's like many people like this is also like we always think from the perspective of the industry, but like just many people I've met like during my traveling, they say like, "Hey, is your movie on YouTube?" Because they think this is like this is also the source of movies, and they really look for it, and they just look for different movies like and things of different quality. And it's changing, and I just really feel it's and it changed, and there's like a lot of space for everybody, like for every kind of filmmaking, and I just yeah, and I just feel like it will take some time, but the market, like just the industry is really needs to change. They don't want to do it, and I feel like very often, just like in my friends and people that I talked with, they just say, oh no, you need to do it this way, this way, this way. They're like there are just some steps you need to take to make the movie, to promote it, to put it in the theater. And I'm just trying to prove them that you don't have to do it this way. You can just try to just let it go sometimes, just and try different ways, because it's really changing. I can totally feel it.
Yeah, no, that brings me to the next question. You have tried a lot of different things in your film, in your current film. You've broken a lot of norms, done things differently. Now that's been obviously a year, 1.5 year old journey that it's been continuing. Now the film is ready and it's getting screened. What do you think is your process of telling a story today? If you were to start a film today, what approach would you take?
I would just, I guess I would like to treat like every movie like I'm going to make like as a different story, and just be open to whatever process will come. Because like the way that I did this movie, like it was needed for me. That's also from my personal, just perspective. But I think like it doesn't mean that at some point I cannot make a movie with big money, like for big studios. Also okay, like just it's, but definitely the way I feel like right now, the next movie I'm trying to think about, I would like to do it like in a very independent way. Also working with some private sponsors, and just not have like just some big institution behind me. So just having like a lot of artistic freedom. And I would like to work with a very small crew, because I think this is very important, just to like, because sometimes I was on a set when people don't know people's name. And this is crazy, because I really want to make my movie with people I can, I know who they are, and I won't know what they bring to my movie, because this is also visible, so I just want to work with this small crew. I really like to, and I actually want to do it in here in this part of the world, and I would like to involve like in my crew like people from different, like also from like mostly from here, because like the film industry is not super developed in this part of the world. Like it's in Mexico, but for example Guatemala or Nicaragua, they don't have like many movies, and this is something you can do. You can just share, but not from the perspective of the European guy who knows there's his story, who worked. But just I think it's about sharing, because they have like a lot of creativity, and the way they think about the world, the way they don't need to close the streets to make like some to make some scenes. They just do it. And I saw it like in Cuba or in just and this is something you can also learn, and it's. So yeah, so I just think I would like to see this process from a different side, but the thing like I learned, and like some of the takes from my previous experience, is that it's so important people you work with. It's like the trust, just, and be super aware what those people bring to your movie, because it's like sometimes it's in the end it's our just common thing, and it's like yeah, and it's super important, and yeah, and patience. And because I have a tendency to push things, and just I just want to think just everything to happen very fast, but sometimes you just need to wait, and just wait for the perfect moment, and yeah, and just be patient. That's this is what I'm also learning.
So I guess you were not there, Blaise, in the previous sessions, but uh, some of you who were, you would remember that I think it's coming back to us again and again from different speakers. is that one, your story can actually sit in a different place from where you are. And this could be a very strategic move. Like for somebody, it could be an accidental that you happen to be in a different location and a story appears to you and you start shaping it up there. The other part of it is that it could be a very strategic move that you move to a location where either it's not too competitive, you know,
Yeah.
or you find a thread that's more closer to your heart there. And of course, what will also happen in that process is it would evolve us as human beings, because you will get to experience that aspect. And probably the story that will churn out of there is going to be, one, soul satisfying. Secondly, it's going to be amongst less competition, will also bring out a story into a land which will probably appreciate, because it's not already crowded,
Mhm.
you know. So I think this is very similar to what Blaise said, but it's also come from Nitin, you know, from the Producers Guild earlier, and couple of other conversations that,
Mhm.
you know, actually Blaise, you know, the gentleman who was there in the conversation before yours, he's the CEO of the Producers Guild of India, you know. So
Mhm.
that's a body which works with the producers and the government to
Yeah.
make the laws and the policies smoother for the producer body, right? And he was talking about how different countries and different states within India incentivize people to work into their states, you know, because they open up opportunities, they make it easy, right? But it's just that we are so unaware about these things. Yeah, because I think it's just become like, for an independent filmmaker, the budget becomes such a big thing that you end up thinking that the location that you're sitting in is the cheapest, because you've got shelter and you've got food on your table, so it looks okay. But maybe it doesn't always work for the story.
Mhm.
Maybe it's like what Blaise is saying, I relate to it so beautifully, that right now when he's in Mexico, he's finding a whole lot of a different texture, a whole lot of a different acceptance to his story, a perception, which would probably, which is exactly what you were sharing, Blaise, right? Which wasn't
But I
happening so
still
much.
I still think like it's all about the balance, you know. Just like, of course, you like, if you want to tell the stories, you need to look for opportunities, and this is obvious and this is okay. But on the other hand, it's like, I think it's super important just to feel the stories, because it's like I have like, you know, just like the way I feel is like I'm not by accident here. Like I came here because I just felt drawn in here. You know, just these are like I wouldn't go to every place in the world. You know, just, and I feel like something brought me here, like some of my interests. You know, just some of the stories I just felt. You know, just it was like I came after something, and. And I had like very interesting discussion with one of my expat friends, you know, just sitting by the table, like during one of the dinners in Guatemala. Like he was coming from the perspective, like, you know, just of also of an artist, you know, coming to Guatemala, conveying the story. And it's like, you can always, you know, just making, you know, just, it's so important to find the right perspective, because it's like you can just use those people, you know, just because, you know, just you can come and you can say you can do it better. You can, you know, just behave like you're just, you know, something better, you know, just you're the wiser, you just, you know, everything. And it's so easy to do in a places like this, when there's like a lot of racism and, you know, just colonialism, which left a lot of stains and stuff. And but I think you can also try to listen to the people and just listen to their stories, and it's make like your story, which is connected with theirs, because we all have common stories, and it's like we are all really the same, right? We can live like in different parts of the world, but there are some things which are common. We can just, and always, like, you know, just it's about listening to the other person. And it's like you can learn from the lady who's I don't know, who's cleaning, you know, I met like one lady who was cleaning the restaurant I was working in, and she was super wise, and she basically gave me like so many like interesting remarks about, you know, just things. And it's like, and I just think you can just take her story and make it, you know, and just forget about her. You can work with her and, you know, just take her experience and bring her to the thing, you know, just yeah. So I think it's yeah, this is something we just need to learn, and just to tell the other people's stories with like empathy and respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Relating to other people's stories, adopting them. That's where the big bridge is to cross. And not to judge the other person on the story that they have, but to find a common anchor, to find a connecting point, and not from a point of view of, okay, this will sell well, because that formula nobody knows what will sell well, but to test it from, okay, if it's touching me, then it probably is a story that I want to tell further.
Exactly. Yes, yeah, totally right.
Right. Any thoughts? Unmute yourself. Anything to say? Ask.
जी मैं ब्लेज से पूछना चाहूंगा, इनकी फिल्म जो है वो सिनेमा वेरिटे स्टाइल में मुझे लगी। सो सिनेमा वेरिटे से रिलेटेड फिल्मों के बारे में ये कुछ अगर टिप्स दे, क्योंकि मैंने भी एक फिल्म कोशिश की शॉर्ट फिल्म बनाने की सिनेमा वेरिटे स्टाइल में, तो कुछ टिप्स इनसे जानना चाहूंगा से रिलेटेड।
Blaise, he's saying that he felt that your trailer, the trailer of your film, is in a cinema verite style. If that is so, then are there any tips that you can give him to follow the cinema verite style, because he's trying to pursue something in that direction?
Well, I'm not sure. It's like I just think it's like the thing like which also I recommend, like, but this is from my perspective, it's like just not thinking in some kind of genre of an horror style. It's like I think when you go you have your story and you just want to tell the story, you just you listen to yourself, you will just see it, just in your dreams, or just you will just see the perfect, just the way it should be. The way it should be shot, and it's like I was experimenting a lot, just I was like totally experimenting and looking for the truth, and I was experimenting mostly, like I was working a lot with actors, because my idea was that you can there's like this one of the Woody Allen's movies, Crimes and it's like Husband and Wives, and like it's this, which is really like from the production perspective it's terrible, but it's a great story. And I was like, and I said, okay, he did it like this way. And I was like, really, this was one of the most important movies I watched before shooting my movie. Because I also felt like similar, just the most important are actors. So I just I did like a lot of workshop with actors, and I just felt like I didn't I was like, I had a script, but at some point I just even decided not to work on not to play with the script anymore, because I just felt like the actors and the characters were going to a different direction. So before the movie, we just went, we had I guess 3 workshops when we go, once we went to the lakeside and we were just spending time working with them, trying to, just trying to get to know the characters, putting them into different situations, just discussing a lot, watching movies together, and having some kind of dramas, but I really wanted them to feel the characters, just to be in the characters, because I knew that whatever happens on set, it will be truthful, because when if the actor is in the character, it's gonna be truthful. And I just gave a lot of space for improvisation, because I also think sometimes it's super important, even the scenes we were just recording, not like the scenes from the script, but sometimes just a little bit from the beginning, and but I knew that I won't use it, but it gave them somehow just a chance to get into the character. And what I think it's just, and this was also happened to me, and always the first, always, if you want to do the cinema verite, this might be the quite useful thing. Always be prepared with your first shot, because usually this one is the best. It's sometimes just people just treat first shot as just this is very popular, just in the film industry, just kind of the rehearsal or something. But always be ready with your sound and with the camera, because usually this is the best thing you will use. And that was so that was the thing. And yeah, so I think the actors are most important. Cinema verite is like, for me, it's based on actors. And I was trying to, like, the movie may seem like this, but I was trying, to experiment with many, with like trying to find, just some. So this is like the movie itself is a bit different. There are like different takes and just some different kind of takes. But yeah, but I think like all of like it's all about the actors.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Great. Anybody else? Any thoughts, lingering thoughts? Oh, Blaise has actually found a corner somewhere to talk to us. Because of
I
course
can show it's super small. It's like it's really like a cell.
just
But
because
at least there's a fan.
yeah, that's a good shot. Please show the fan.
Yeah.
Show the fan,
Okay,
Blaise.
so
So he's
yeah.
actually made so much arrangement to talk to us to find a slightly stable
Yeah,
internet.
because my last call with Sonia was terrible. Like it was a great call. We had a great conversation, but the conditions were terrible because I was sitting in some co-working space and like everybody was coming, entering, blending, and it was super noisy. So I decided to make it
No, totally,
like,
totally
to talk to
agree.
you in silence.
And
Yeah.
I can see how you're tucked it into one corner and just trying to be there.
There is not much space to be like.
Yeah,
Okay.
get it. No, but thank you. My takeaways from the conversation with Blaise earlier and today, guys, honestly sharing, is we all go into these journeys of trying to be popular, trying to have the power, making sure things work, knowing that I know what to work. It's human, it's absolutely human. I don't think so any of us should even try and prove it otherwise. But also as a storyteller, the phase that Blaise is in right now is just so beautiful, because in his stories he's finding himself, in his stories people are finding themselves, and he is in such a balanced position where the good and the bad both are totally acceptable to him. And he's also aware that it may not be a best day today, might not, if in case it's not a good day, but he's in that awareness, which is easier said than done, but we all fall trapped to it. We all fall trapped to not being able to come over it. Theoretically, we all understand everything, but practically, and obviously, we are on in a very difficult trade, so to say. Everything is so subjective, everything is so contextual. Anybody can come and bash off, anybody can come and put us on cloud nine, and it just is like a frickle of a moment when you realize, oh, you're a superstar, and the next minute you're gone, nobody needs you, there you are. So being in such a fragile world, it is so important to find a balance, and I think that's what we all should keep striving for. Awesome. Thank you, Blaise. I really want to get you off that corner that you are sitting in. I feel so bad.
No, it's awesome. I really enjoy it. It's my favorite corner.
Sitting in the corner there.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Blaise, for your time. When do we get to see your film fully? Where? How?
I can just, if I know, yeah, we can just, if I figure out the way to show it in India, I will let you know and you can share.
Yeah. Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we would love to see your film in whenever we can, and whenever you know where it is, let us know, and I'll let everybody know.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm really, really happy to meet all of you. And yeah, and thanks Sonia for just just making like from all of my chaotic thoughts, just the points which are really, really exactly what I feel. And yeah, thank you for that. You're a great anchor.
You are most welcome. The pleasure and the honor is totally mine. Thank you, Anna. Thank you for connecting us and Blaise. That's the person there waving. She's a backbone of Malhar, always supporting us, connecting the dots. Do you want to
Thanks.
unmute yourself? Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. For me, that was also a great session. I've got one more question for Blaise, if I can.
Of course.
Because that's something that really interests me. I'm not a filmmaker, but I think maybe for filmmakers that would be also interesting. Being, for example, being in the beginning of cooperating with the festivals, what would be your strategy to become successful with festivals? Would you go for every festival? Would you go for every festival you can afford? Or what would be your
I think like every strategy, like when we were getting into this kind of thinking, like starts with the target group, and this is want. And I also made like this, like even previously, like this mistake, or just I had this lesson, just trying to apply for so many things, just because I felt it's like I know somebody may help me, somebody may do this. I would like to be. This is the big thing. This is like coming exactly in this moment. So I was just like, and I was spreading my energy all over the place. And I really think it's quite important, just to ask yourself a question: where would you like to be shown? Like, just where is your audience? And sometimes it appears at just one festival. Just maybe it's. Just be very honest with yourself, just because it's like, of course, every filmmaker would like to be shown in Cannes or Venice and one of those big festivals, but maybe there's not your audience, just because maybe there's no space for you because it's already occupied by some, just old maestros. And I think it's like when you just get into, when you ask yourself, where would you like to screen your movie and where's the audience, you may realize that maybe it's not a film festival. Maybe you would like to, maybe you should just go with it straight to the internet. Maybe you should look for different kinds of distribution. And this is, so I think it's like my lesson is, just to, because it's like very beautiful narrative, just start with the film festival, just follow every step, but maybe it's not your way. And it's like, so if you ask yourself, just the first question, like where, like what my movie is resonating with, what am I focused on, just what kind of people I want to, just to have as an audience. Suddenly you may have like, just like 3 festivals or 3 places you're supposed to screen your movie, and it's enough, maybe. So, so I think it's very, just sometimes just not listening and just to think, just people tell you, and just all of the musts and things you should do, and you should stand it there. You should, just listen to your intuition, and just I guess you will feel where you are, because my intuition was telling me all the time, what should I do with my movie, and I wasn't listening for around like 10 months. I wasn't listening. I wasn't paying attention because I wanted, just to do the, like, because I had this dream, of being a filmmaker, of showing it everywhere. But it was telling me exactly what should I do. So it's like, and when I started to do it, everything unravels in a very beautiful way, because this was my way. And I felt it from the beginning, but I was, just, I was like trying to follow, the dream, just the collective dream of being a filmmaker. And and it doesn't have to be this way.
So very wise, and from the acting from the intuition.
Yeah, just from the intuition. I think you know, when you make a movie, when you create it, sometimes it's always, just who's your audience, who's going to resonate with your movie. You just feel it. And it's like we are human beings. We lie to ourselves, just because I want something different, because something seems more sex, more beautiful, more glamorous. It doesn't have to be this way, It's like your story, just this is what I totally believe. When you are connected with your story, you will find the audience without a problem.
Thank you for this answer.
And this is something that's actually coming back to us, really. I mean, just in the last 2-3 days, it's almost coming back to us from every session, isn't it? Like all of you who've been there in all the sessions, right? Really being true to, however cliche it sounds, but guess so many people saying, and so many experts at different levels saying, it can't be a fallacy. Being true to the story, telling a story that you really want to tell it in the way that you want to tell, build relationships with your cast and crew. They are your people. Now, don't work with somebody that you don't vibe with, even if they might be the who's who of wherever. It's going to impact the story. Then, once the story is there and it's shaped up, be open to feedbacks, but be the decision maker. It's your story. You know, not get influenced by any level of a feedback to an extent that you lose your own voice from it because it is your story. Once your story is ready to be shipped into the market, decide what is your market, because every film has a different market. So one side we might have a wish to be, featured at Cannes, or to be running on Netflix, but not everything works there. That's not a market for everything. So the success is to run where you have a market, and to identify that it might not be the hottest market, it might not be the coolest market, but it's the market that your story is about. So find that, experiment it. I think it's like coming back to us in a repeat mode, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. So there has to be value in it. Does that open up anything for any of you? Or, and it's perfectly okay if you feel that you've been doing pretty much the same. That's validation. Or is it something that has shattered the glass ceiling in some way? Let's be
Um,
honest.
for me, yeah, not completely. Like, yeah, I could relate to many of the things, but yeah, there are things that I should perhaps again like introspect and yeah think. So yeah.
Of course, as long as you realize that there are some things for you to introspect, that's a beautiful space to be in. You introspect at your own space. That's great. Sarah, what about you? We haven't. I know you said you're happy and you're enjoying. Would love to hear you.
Yes, yes, I am so happy. Enjoy with you, especially you and the other. Yes, and all of. I'm from Iran,
Yeah, you've been.
and yes, and sometimes I cannot understand because I cannot understand in English because our language is the first in Persian and not second, not English, and I cannot speaking English very well. I'm sorry. And I want to just explain about the cinema in my country, just
Please.
if I have a time.
I don't have
I
a
have.
problem. Blaise, are you okay?
Yeah, sure.
Please, yeah.
Thank you so much. In Iran, we have so many problems for making, producing, and so many things about the theater, and especially for cinema, for making movie. And we cannot choose anything about the story. We cannot, because our government don't limit us. No, because of this, we cannot choose. Just choose some things, some story. They limit us, But for process, especially, we cannot. All of the things, all of the making movie has so many problems. But be alive. We must just do it. Do. Just it. I wanted to tell this about me and especially Iranian filmmaker. And for a process for making movie, we cannot we cannot do professional things, just governmental. Excuse me,
Right.
I cannot
No,
explain
we get
very
you.
well.
We understand.
Just governmental, not personality. When I wanted to make personality, make a movie, I have so many problems. We have not company. No, never company in Iran. No, we haven't company. We haven't just all of the Iranian filmmaker, just governmental, have budget, have money, have any things about making movie for and connecting with other company for other country, no. But when we wanted to working in here, we have so many problems.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I feel
Thank
your
you.
pain.
Thank you.
I feel
Thank
your
you. Hear about me. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for sharing. We totally
Thank
hear
you.
you as a storyteller. If you don't get the freedom to tell
My
your story, then it's suffocating.
at the first time I apologize, and I so happy next with you, and I'm happy. I'm one of the filmmaker in your festival. At the first time, I so happy. Thank you.
You're
And
most welcome.
second thing, and I wanted to tell about my story. It's about one of the Iranian women who has a cancer, and just in mentality, she wish I wanted to go to clean my beach, clean my house, just in mentality. One day about women who has a cancer, Iranian, not all of the women in the world, no, just Iranian women. It's about this.
Beautiful. We all have
Thank you.
to watch this film.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Sarah. Thank you. Thank you
Thank you.
for coming at the Malhar Film Festival. It's absolutely our pleasure and honor that if you don't get to make the stories like you are saying in Iran, but you made it, that's you won the award. You won all the award by just making that effort to make it. Don't even bother about any other award at all. I think you've already crossed the mountain.
Thank you so much.
Take care of yourself and keep telling the stories.
Take care of yourself. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow. That's why the storytellers are so special. There is a lot that goes on in the heart and mind, and there is only very little that we can process. We get so limited by circumstances, environment. Yeah. I mean, I think listening to Sarah, all of us can feel very privileged that we live in a space where we can almost tell the stories that we want to. That's just, I mean, imagine having, like, here's a real person just saying that you can't say personal stories. It's the government decides what's said. Oh,
Yes, and I guess I must tell that I'm a huge fan of Jafar Panahi. He is one of my favorite filmmakers. I love Iran. I love Iranian films.
I love
And
Iranian food.
I haven't had the opportunity to have that, but I was so depressed to get the news that Jafar Panahi was actually arrested, and it's so saddening. And I just hope that the world gets in a better place soon. It's being very worse, and it's being very polarizing, and it's depressing at times, really.
Really is. Couldn't agree more. Absolutely. World over, I think we're
Yeah.
world over. so much stress. I know it's different from the topic here, but really, whatever we have, we should just really feel so lucky about it. Whoever of us has a few things intact is just to be so grateful, because the millions of people who are right now world over don't have the basics. Just not having a freedom to speak. Imagine. Yeah. It's like we see, I think we only can feel that we understand, but we honestly don't even understand it.
Can I tell?
Yeah, please, Sarah.
Thank you. I want to just tell about you and all of your guests. You are so lucky because you can tell anything you wanted to imagine and you wanted to do, and you can do it. You
Yeah.
can. All of the people are in the world, especially in the Europe and USA, and especially in India. You are lucky, not in the India, not in life, but in cinema. You are lucky. You can tell anything, but we cannot tell anything. We cannot. Now I am without hijab. It's so many people for me, but I wanted to choose this camera for without hijab with you and the other person. You can see me without hijab, but in my country I cannot. I cannot. It's unbelievable. Unfortunately, it's not good. You didn't living in Iran. You don't living in Iran. You cannot understand what I say. Because you cannot any experience about these things I am telling about this. But we are alive. We I hope, and I wish I'm working with other filmmaker for other country. I wish, because I wanted to get more experience. I am now here with you and with your guests and you, because I wanted to just getting experience. I haven't any things in my country. Filmmaker must do anything. Then I choosing for cinema, working in cinema and theater or anything. Cinema and theater, you must do anything, but we cannot. Unfortunately, sorry. Just on that telling this. But I'm so happy.
Sarah, I would like to add something, because actually with my partner we are going to India overland, and we'll be passing Iran. There is one topic in Iran I would like to make a short movie about. It's Iranian ladies bikers. There is a profile in Instagram of women that are riding motorcycles in Iran. And when I found this, their account, I wanted to be in touch with them and make a short movie about women motorcycling in Iran. Can you help me with that? Can you be my contact for them?
Very good. Oh, very good.
So
because we cannot.
Let's stay in touch, because I will need some help in Iran, right?
Okay, of course.
So we'll make a movie together, okay?
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm in touch with you. Thank you. Thank you.
Anna is a biker. She's a damn good biker. Well, I can't say damn good, but yeah, she's a biker. What are you saying, Sarama?
I want to come as well.
He wants to come. So, Anna, if you need an attendant, then call
Yes,
Sarama.
please.
Yeah, Cole, you may come. You're welcome. Actually, I found this profile, and then I found some information that in Iran women cannot even make a driving license, and some of them ride motorcycles illegally. And in some provinces, just authorities close their eyes because they know that these women have to take their children to school. They have to go somewhere and to do some shopping and so on. But there is a really huge Instagram profile, about 2,000 or 3,000 followers, called Iranian Ladies Bikers. And there are ladies that are showing their pictures biking. Sometimes they are really funny. Sometimes they are really proud of themselves. And sometimes they are really good bikers. So without having the access to the driving schools or something, they do it by themselves. They are self-made bikers. And I thought it would be really cool to make some short YouTube video about them.
Amazing. I would
Yeah.
just love to be a part in any way possible.
Okay, so let's stay in touch.
Let's do it. Yeah, absolutely.
Sarah, did you understand? Or
A bit. A
okay,
little.
so we will say, so Anna will connect with you on email. Then she can explain. Yeah?
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay? Then you can read and understand everything. But she's coming to Iran and she's going to shoot these women who do biking in Iran.
I understand.
Yeah.
I
so-
understand this is.
So she'll connect with you for that. She'll write to you. Is that okay?
Okay, of course. Welcome, all of you and all of you. You are
Let's go,
welcome because
Iran.
in Iran, let's go because in Iran you have found so many story about a short movie or the picture, all of, and the documentary, of course. Documentary also, and you can find, and I can help you.
That's
Not
the
just
most
you,
important.
Sonia, all of you.
That's
You
the
can
most
come.
important.
Welcome.
Yay,
Yeah.
okay. So everybody now start thinking about what you can do in Iran, and there's Sarah. Absolutely. So beautiful. Awesome. This is how it gets special. All right. Should we call it a day? Okay. Thank you, Blaise. See what
Thank
all
you.
you did. I told you your conversation will be special. It's in your energy. See what all is happening. Poland meeting Iran, lady bikers getting filmed. All of that is happening. Super cool. I think Blaise is
What's the
also
name
going-
of your movie? What's the name of your movie, Sarah? Is it on Malar? Is it in Malar?
Yes, it's in Malar.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
A little wish.
Title. A Little Wish. Okay.
A little wish, yes.
So Blaise, you have to see all the films, and especially the films of everybody who is present here.
I'll just take a photo of everybody's names.
Yeah, just make a absolutely. Just make a photo of everybody's name and their films are listed.
Nice to meet you, all of them.
Nice to meet you. I'll send you the list, Blaise. Don't worry.
Okay, just send the
Yeah,
list. Yeah.
I'll send it to you.
Cool.
Don't worry.
I would like to see all these.
Yes.
And I want to see the movie about the Iranian bikers as well.
That's in the making.
It's in the making, but I can't wait to see it.
It's going to be
You need to wait for another edition of Malhar.
Yeah, the third edition of Malhar would have that film.
As I told you, I'm learning to be patient, so yeah.
With Anna's first film coming in. No, 1 year is enough, okay? All right. Okay, guys, it was so good to laugh together. I hope we continue to laugh together for a really long time. See you around. See you tomorrow. Sleep well. Get fresh. And tomorrow we'll be back with a lot more energy. Sarah, I hope you're watching the other films on Malhar. The other people's films, are you watching?
No, I cannot because I told you about my. I cannot enjoy. I cannot liking. You know, I explained to you.
To Kritika?
And you tell me I can connect it with the laptop or computer without phone. Because now I cannot.
Oh, no, you
maybe
need to connect
tomorrow.
to the laptop. You need to, on the
Uh,
mobile, it won't be so good.
okay, thank you. Thank you for your explain. Thank
You
you.
connect it to the laptop
Tomorrow.
and then enjoy.
Tomorrow, of course. Thank
All
you.
right. All
Thank
right.
you. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Have a nice night.
You too. Take care. See you all tomorrow.
Take
Thank you,
care.
Blaise.
Take
You
care.
made it special.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See
All
you
the best for
guys.
your film.
Bye.
All the best for your film.
Thank you, and all the best for all of your films, guys. Yeah, let's make it.
Let's make it. Let's
See
do
you.
it. Bye-bye.
And never, yeah, bye.
Never? What were you saying? Finish.
Just never forget to love your movies. Really, this is the most important thing. Love your movies.
That's a big one. Love your movies, no matter what anybody says. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night.